Hello everyone, this is Dr. Anil Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this session, we are going to discuss about different waveguide coupling mechanisms. So what is the coupling and what are the mechanisms we are going to discuss? So in all practical applications similar to the radar, the waveguide system typically carries the power from transmitter end to the input of an antenna. So, however, the entire waveguide system cannot be formed into a single piece system. So, instead of, we can connect many waveguide systems to establish a complete micro setup. Therefore, it should be constructed using many individual sections or components, and these sections have to be connected with the use of waveguide bends, joints, and so on. In addition to this, we have other signal control components. Those are nothing but the directional couplers, the circulators, the isolators, the attenuators, phase shifters, and multi-port junctions. So these are all known as the signal control components, and these have to be used in the microwave system. For example, if you can take the waveguide attenuators, these are used to control the amplitude of the applied input, and the phase shifters will control the phase of the applied input. So they can shift the phase also. Coming to the isolators and circulators, these are used to allow the microwave signals to travel in only one direction. And the directional couplers will sample the power flowing in one direction and are used for determining the frequency and the level of power. So these are the components. And in this guide, waveguide to coaxial transitions or adapters are shown. And if you can see, the portable kind of signal sources are also available nowadays. These are the portable kind of signal sources through which we can obtain the micro signal of our required frequency. And this is the waveguide to coaxial transition. Here, the coaxial cable can be connected through this coaxial connector. Here, an antenna will be placed. This is the flange through which another segment of the waveguide or another device, another waveguide, we can connect using some components. So in this next slide, we can see what is the thing. The micro signal to be carried from one point to other point is introduced into this waveguide with an antenna like probes or loops. So here we will use an antenna, or we will use a simple probe, or we will use simple loop. Already in the antennas and wave propagation subject, we have seen probe type of antenna, loop type of antenna, wired antennas like that. Why? Because in waveguide, the electromagnetic form of the signal will be transmitted. That is, the wave will transmit, not the electrical form of the signal. So whatever the signal which is carried through the coaxial cable and it is driven to the coaxial connector, that has to be converted into wave format. So that wave format is possible, the conversion is possible through the means of antenna only. So we can use probe or loops for that purpose. So what is the coupling mechanism? So let us take the probe coupling. The probe coupling is used to couple the waveguide and it is parallel to the point where the electric field is maximum. That means whatever probe you are placing, that probe has to place parallel to the point where the electric field is maximum. Already we know in a waveguide, in a particular waveguide, where the electric field will maximum. Similarly, the loop coupling is a coupling mechanism to couple the waveguide, and this loop should be placed at a point where the magnetic field strength is maximum. So wherever the magnetic field strength is maximum, then we place the loop at that location. And wherever the electric field is maximum, at that point, we will place the probe, right? So coming to the probe coupling, now, just now we discussed where we have to place the probe, where we have to place the loop. But at what point, what distance and what length we have to place, that we are going to see. The probe is defined as lambda by 4. That means quarter wave vertical antenna that is inserted into the waveguide, and that has to be placed at a distance of lambda by 4 from the closed end. From the closed end, we have to place and the center of the broader dimension of the waveguide. And where we have to insert that probe is, it is at a particular point because there is electric field is maximum. The electric field is maximum at the center. So at that location only, we have to place the probe. This probe will now act as an antenna that is polarized in the plane parallel to that of the electric field. Let us see this figure. This is the waveguide and this is the cross-sectional view. Some part we have removed to see what is inside in the waveguide. So this vertical line is nothing but the lambda by 4 probe, that is nothing but quarter wave probe. This probe is placed at a distance of lambda by 4 distance from the closed face or closed edge of the or closed end of the waveguide. So lambda by 4 distance is maintained. This is the coaxial cable through which the signal is going to be excited. And this will excite this probe. Thus, that probe will behave like an antenna and it will radiate the electromagnetic waves, which is launched inside the waveguide. And this is the direction of propagation. Direction of signal propagation will be in this direction, and this is the closed end. This is the larger dimension, and this is the smaller dimension, right? So in a particular waveguide, the electric field will be distributed like this, where this center point will have the electric field maximum. So the polarity of this, the polarization of the electric field is also vertical manner. So that's why to that vertical direction, we are placing this probe in a parallel manner so that the maximum electric field and the probe will be properly matched. That is the reason we are placing like that. Now we are seeing the loop coupling. Actually, a loop can be introduced. A loop can be used to introduce the magnetic field into the waveguide, whereas the probe is used to introduce the electric field in the waveguide. Where we have to place that loop. So generally the loop can be mounted at a distance of lambda by 2. There we have taken lambda by 4, but here we have to take half wavelength lambda by 2 or integer multiple of lambda by 2. That means 2 lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2, 4 lambda by 2, like that. That is also from the closed end of the waveguide. So coming to the exact location, it can be placed at the middle of the top wall or bottom wall. So we can see in the third figure, the micro energy applied to a short piece of coaxial cable, like in the previous probe coupling. Here, the micro energy applied, whatever energy we are applying, that causes the magnetic field to be set up in the loop. Why? Because wherever a loop is there, as we know, the loop antenna, the loop is there, the current carrying conductor will be there. So whenever a loop is like this, if the current goes into this loop and along with this direction, the magnetic field will be produced. So the purpose of loop will produce the magnetic field. So this magnetic field can be coupled at a maximum location in the waveguide so that the maximum energy can be launched in the waveguide. So let us see the next point. So magnetic field establishes the electric field, and the both electric and magnetic fields consecutively produced and consecutively propagated throughout the waveguide. That is the reason. So desirable coupling. So what is the desirable coupling? Desirable coupling means the efficient coupling, we can say in other words. So for a waveguide or a cavity resonator, if you want to couple in an effective way, compared to probe coupling, compared to loop coupling, it is often desirable to couple a coaxial cable to a waveguide or a cavity resonator by means of a coupling loop. Coupling loop is highly preferable rather than the coupling probe. So coupling loop is highly preferable rather than the coupling probe. So it is often desirable to couple a coaxial cable to a waveguide or a cavity resonator simply by using the coupling loop other than the coupling probe. So what is the structure? You can see simple here. This is the wall and a hole is made here. Here a loop structure is placed and this is the direction of the signal propagation. So this is the actual image, if you can see, actual pictorial representation. So coming to the next mechanism, until then we have seen the coupling to the waveguide. Now the another device we have cavity resonator. It is nothing but a conversion of a waveguide to cavity resonator by closing the opening ends. So coming to the cavity resonator, we have three types of coupling of a field into a cavity. So this is a particular cavity resonator structure. If you can see, this is one port, this is another port, and this is the connecting elements. So the coupling to a cavity resonator or coupling from a cavity resonator can be obtained like this. So the coupling mechanisms are mainly of three types. One is the loop coupling, second one is the probe coupling, third one is the hole coupling. So this is the loop coupling structure, this is the probe coupling structure, and this is the hole coupling structure. In the hole coupling structure, suppose this is the cavity resonator and this is the waveguide. We are placing a small hole to couple the electromagnetic energy which is coming in this direction and will couple to the cavity resonator to provide electromagnetic resonance in the resonator. So for efficient coupling to the cavity resonator, the important thing is the field of the resonant mode should have some common components with the fields of the coupling element. Okay, coupling element is this one, and this is the second device. So the fields of the resonance modes should be have common components. Then only the efficient coupling is possible. So when a particular thing is said to be good coupling element means a loop at a maximum magnetic field perpendicular to the field of a probe, that will be served as good coupling element. Whereas maximum at the electric field along with the field works as a good coupling element. So loop, whenever the loop, when a loop is said to be good coupling element means when there is maximum magnetic field exists. When a probe coupling is a good coupling element means whenever the maximum electric field it can be produced, then only the loop and the probes are known as good coupling element. Then what about the hole coupling? Efficient hole coupling. Efficient hole coupling is nothing but the fields of the waveguide and the cavity should have some common components at the coupling hole. So this is all about the coupling mechanisms. Thank you very much. I hope you understand. Thank you.